Coach, I guess first question would be on the defensive end, and obviously I'm imagine you're not too happy about giving up 84 points today, but what were you seeing from your vantage point?
Yeah, it was not a very good performance defensively, for sure. Combination of a bunch of factors. They got good players, and when you give good players confidence, anything can happen. And some of it was that. Some of it was just guys not being where they should be positionally, technique, scout. We were bumbling some stuff up early that I thought we were ready to get into the game, and we weren't. And confidence is obviously something you just search for all the time. And when you got it as a player, as a team, it can really help you. It's fleeting, right? For most of us, it's fleeting. And I think the early success that they had against us, gave their team confidence, gave their staff confidence, and they rode that. They rode that. And even when we had a chance, I thought there toward the end to maybe get up 15-18 and close it out, they wouldn't go away that way. So kudos to their coaching staff and their players for playing the way they did and giving us all we wanted.
We'll stay on the front row with Benjamin and then Sam.
Had the plan coming in been to give Cam a day of rest today, and how do you think he looked just in the playing time he had? He certainly provided a spark at the end of the first half and in the second half.
So the situation was he's been battling a foot injury for weeks, and myself and him and our training staff decided to hatch a plan with the length of time between this game and our next game. We gave him off since Pittsburgh, so he's off Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He didn't touch a ball for 3 days. He did all rehab, all rest, things of that nature. But I also sat down with him today and said, listen, we're going to have you in this, in the uniform, and you need to stay locked in mentally, and like he always does with the scout. I mean, he can do a scout in his sleep. But certainly didn't want to necessarily play him, but he was going to be available if we thought we needed him to win this game. And that asterisk, or part of the plan had to be activated, and during the first half, I talked to him and just basically told him, hey, go get ready. I'm not sure if I'm going to put you in or not, or if I will in the end of the first half, or wait till halftime, or not at all. And just confided in some of the staff, and we decided to make the decision, and certainly had a big impact on the game. He changed the tenor of the game in the end of the first half, and the minutes he played in the second half.
Were you just kind of confused, or not confused, but uncertain why kind of at the end of the game, you're up 11 with about 2 minutes left, but it felt like the other team didn't really rush to try and score points, or weren't really trying to gamble for steals and stuff. They kind of just called the dogs off. Did that kind of surprise you at all?
I don't coach their team. They made their decisions, and we just got to react to them.
We'll go to Jacob, the coaches right in the first row.
Coach Sean gave you 11 points tonight, so a good offensive night. And he always seems to bring the energy off the bench or starting. I mean, what does he bring to this team?
Yeah, just what you described. He's one of our better defenders on most nights. He's got great length, great experience. He can guard multiple positions. Usually he's hooked up and brings energy. And he played pretty good, I thought, just from first view. He gave up a couple late defensively that a little surprised me, but he made a couple threes for us, which were huge, and he made some good decisions driving the ball. He got to where he wanted to go. Unfortunately, he didn't stick it in the net every time, but he definitely is a part of what we're trying to do, and he's got that experience. And it seems like a lot of times, he ends up being in that group of five that when the game gets really hard, he's on the floor.
Go to JDP, second in the middle.
Coach, how fun is it when Josh and Claudio both are having the games ahead like today? And I think they had a similar game like that in the first game maybe here. Just when they get going like that together, it really makes it good offensive game.
Yeah, it makes it easier for all of us when it's just not relying on Josh. And even Melendez, you know, he's starting to look pretty confident with his three ball, and when he rises up to shoot the ball. And if Sean Jones can, you know, do some things like he did today, that will even be better for all of us. But happy for Claudel. He's such a hard worker, and you know, hasn't had the offensive nights that, you know, he probably wanted since the opener, but he gave us a big lift and did some other things. I mean, he got on the glass a couple times, he drove the ball and finished with some athleticism. He obviously was a part of that group as well in the second half.
Go back to Paul.
Second straight double-double for Mike today. Seemed like he kind of goes in spurts though with getting on the court. Is that just a matter of trying to find the right combination today, or just, I'm sure Murph being in foul trouble was a product too?
You know, I love Mike, and I love his progress. I love his willingness to be coached, and he's getting better. One of the bigger obstacles he's going to have to overcome, and I've told him this. I'm not trying to call him out because I love him, but his level of play drops from fresh to tired, and it does for everybody. Some are in elite shape, some have mental toughness, some have played so much basketball at different levels that they get that, and then they find a way to adjust their body and their mind and not have a big drop off. But Mike hasn't got there yet, and there's all those factors I just talked about, and he knows that. We talked about it many times. And so he and I, and the rest of the people that make decisions got to figure out a way to get him better in those areas. Because usually, and even lately, like when he's on the floor, you know, he's doing some good things. It's just, I can see it coming. So he gets into, you know, I call it, he's got his car, it's his basketball car, right? He's got a stick shift. He's got an extra gear, it's called T. And he shifted into tired gear, and he can't get out of it. So in order to get out of it, I got to sub him out so he can, you know, get re-energized that way. So that's a running joke amongst me and him about T gear, and so I can see it coming. I know him well enough now, and so I'm trying to basically just get him out of the game before the T gear, you know, gets going and his level of play drops.